Most people believe aging only changes the body. The knees feel stiffer. The eyes need more light. The mornings take longer to begin. But what many people never talk about are the quiet habits that change along the way. Habits so small that you barely notice them, yet over time, they slowly affect your dignity, your relationships, and how connected you feel to the world around you. If you are watching this, I want you to know something first. This is not about blame. This is about awareness. Because once we notice these patterns, we can gently choose a better path. Today, I want to walk with you through 9 common habits that many people develop with age without realizing it. These habits are not signs of weakness. They are signs of transition. And with a little care and attention, they can be softened, reshaped, and even reversed. Let us begin slowly, like a quiet conversation between old friends. Habit number 1, declining personal care. This is often the first habit that slips in quietly. Not because people stop caring, but because life begins to feel heavier. Movements take more effort. Energy comes and goes. A shower feels like a task instead of a refresh. Grooming feels less important when no one is visiting. Over time, routines loosen. Clothes are worn a little longer. Hair is brushed a little less. Dental visits are delayed. None of this happens overnight. I once imagined 2 women in their late 70s. One still keeps a simple routine, nothing fancy, just clean clothes, brushed hair, a morning wash at her own pace. She feels steady inside herself. The other woman tells herself it does not matter anymore. She skips small steps. Slowly, people respond differently to her. They speak shorter. They stand farther away. What she does not realize is that personal care is not about impressing others. It is about self-respect. When we care for our bodies, even gently, we send ourselves a message that we still matter. And we do. Habit number 2, interrupting conversations without meaning to. As we age, thoughts sometimes move slower or faster. There is a fear that if we do not speak now, the thought will disappear. So we jump in. We finish sentences. We redirect stories back to our own memories, not out of disrespect, but out of urgency. I think of an older father who loves telling stories. When his daughter speaks, he cuts in, adding his own ending. She smiles, but speaks less. Over time, she shares less. Not because she does not care, but because she feels unheard. Listening is a quiet gift. When we pause, when we let others finish, we create space for connection. A simple breath before speaking can change everything. Listening does not erase your voice. It strengthens your bonds. Habit number 3, excessive complaining. Pain becomes more common with age. Loss becomes familiar. The world changes in ways that feel uncomfortable. Talking about these things is natural. But when every conversation becomes heavy, people begin to pull back. I imagine 2 friends sitting on a porch. One speaks of her aches, but also of her flowers and the way the light looks in the evening. The other speaks only of what hurts, what is broken, what has gone wrong. The second woman does not mean to push people away. Yet negativity becomes exhausting for both sides. Complaining trains the mind to look for what is wrong. Gratitude, even in small pieces, retrains it to notice what still brings warmth. Balance matters. Habit number 4, resisting change. Change feels risky when you have lived a long time doing things one way. New technology, new routines, new advice. Saying no feels safer than learning again. But over time, refusing change can shrink your world. I think of a grandfather who learns just enough about his phone to see photos of his grandchildren. He struggles, but he smiles. Another man refuses all new things. His world grows quieter. Change does not mean losing control. It means staying connected. Trying one small new thing keeps the mind alive and the spirit open. These habits do not define you. They simply ask for attention. And awareness is the first act of self-care. If you are still listening, stay with me. The next habits go even deeper and write one below. Habit number 5, losing patience more quickly. As the years pass, patience often wears thinner, not because character weakens, but because energy does. Pain lingers longer. Sleep is lighter. Small frustrations feel louder than they once did. Waiting in line. Learning a new device. Repeating yourself. What used to be brushed aside now feels overwhelming. I think of a grandmother who snaps at a cashier, then feels guilty all the way home. Or a grandfather who raises his voice at a grandchild for something small, then lies awake later wishing he had spoken gently. Impatience often hides exhaustion. When we slow our reactions, even by a few seconds, we protect our peace and our relationships. Pausing does not mean accepting everything. It means choosing calm over regret. Habit number 6, talking too much about the past. Memories are precious. They hold wisdom, lessons, and identity. But when every conversation lives in yesterday, it becomes harder to connect with today. Repeating the same stories can feel comforting, especially when the present feels uncertain. Yet others may quietly drift away. I imagine a man who shares stories of his working days at every visit. His stories matter, but his grandchildren wish he would ask about their lives too. When memories become bridges instead of walls, they bring people closer. The past is powerful when it helps us understand today. Balance keeps conversations alive and meaningful. Habit number 7, neglecting posture and body language. The body speaks even when words are quiet. Rounded shoulders, downcast eyes, shuffling steps. These changes happen slowly and often without awareness. But posture affects how we feel and how others treat us. I picture 2 women in their 80s. One stands a little taller, walks steadily, and looks people in the eye. The other moves with her head down, arms folded, body closed. The second woman is treated as fragile even when she feels strong inside. Standing tall is not about pride. It is about confidence, balance, and breath. Small daily stretches, gentle walks, and awareness of how we carry ourselves can restore strength we did not know we had lost. Habit number 8, becoming rigid with money. Money represents safety, independence, and identity for many older adults. After a lifetime of managing finances one way, change feels threatening. Advice feels like criticism. Yet financial rigidity can create stress rather than security. I think of a man who refuses to adjust his budget despite rising medical costs. He believes he is being strong. In truth, flexibility would protect him better. Talking openly with a trusted family member or reviewing finances calmly once a month does not remove control. It preserves it. Independence grows stronger when wisdom adapts. Habit number 9, withdrawing from social connection. This is the quietest and most damaging habit of all. It begins gently. Saying no to an invitation, skipping a call, choosing solitude again and again. At first it feels peaceful. Over time, it becomes loneliness. I imagine a woman who once laughed easily with friends. Slowly, she stops reaching out. Days pass without conversation. Her world grows smaller. Loneliness affects the heart, the mind, and even the body. Connection is not optional at any age. It is nourishment. One message, one visit, one shared moment can reopen the door. If you recognized yourself in any of these habits, please remember this. Awareness is not failure. It is strength. These patterns are not permanent. They are invitations to care for yourself more gently. Aging does not mean fading away. It means learning how to live differently, with kindness toward yourself. You can choose small changes. A routine that honors your body, a pause before speaking, a moment of gratitude, a willingness to try something new, a step towards someone you miss. These choices protect your dignity, your joy, and your connection. If this message encouraged you to reflect on your habits and care for yourself more gently, share your thoughts in the comments. Write the words "living gently" and tell us where you are watching from.